Hey there. About to enjoy another ribeye today. Figured I'd share it with you. This guy's a monster too. It's the best smelling thing ever. What is this? There's flies today. We never had flies, and the temperature is cool. Anyway, made my hollandaise sauce. So I always say ribeye day keeps the doctor away, and based on my research, it's pretty accurate. It's one of the healthiest meats you can eat. It's got about 60% fat versus a lot of the other meats, more like 30 or 40%. So you get a lot of the fat intake. Man, that's good. So I wanted to talk about one thing that I've noticed. I joined a lot of these like Facebook groups, and I even started my own because there's a lot of these groups are just like random people trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing, and they have no fucking clue what you should be doing. And it's blatantly obvious because there's a lot of fat people that are extremely dogmatic about health and this and that, and they'll be on there. I was on the Carnivore fix, and me and the wife posted a video. And I'm 95% carnivore. I would say the 5% that I don't eat that are plants is stevia. I occasionally will drink a drink that has stevia in it. I quit coffee. I try to drink coffee. Maybe like if it's if I'm super tired or something, but I really prefer not to drink it. But we joined this group and we were posting some data in there, and some people found out that my wife was hyper carnivore, which means 70% or more of your calories are from meat, and they flipped out. They're like, oh my god, somebody in here is promoting eating rice and this and that. I'm like, listen, dude. First of all, you're not in any shape to be telling people what they should and shouldn't be doing at all. If anything, you should be listening to a doctor, like my wife, telling you what you should be eating, and it's okay. And if you're scared to eat rice, if you're not healthy enough to be able to handle the plants, that's a completely different story. Yes, we know that these plants have toxins in them. Yes, we know that they can cause cancer and this and that, but you should be able to handle them on a case-by-case basis without flipping out, because you're no different than a vegan if that's the case, right? I'm not afraid to eat something. I will eat it. I know that I can handle it. I know it's not good for me, but just like drugs and alcohol, we know that's not good for us. People do it all the time. That's your personal choice, and you got to live with that. But the whole dogmatic thing, and like people, like you tell, like some fat person on Facebook was telling my wife, who's a doctor, that she's not carnivore because she eats a little bit of rice. You know how ridiculous that is? First of all, she's in better shape than any of you. I'm in better shape than most of you. Oh, there's Zoe.
Hi.
You have no business to be telling people that kind of stuff. And if carnivore diet is dogmatic for you, and like you think it's some sort of religion, that's not health. My goal is health. I'm doing it because I know it. Zoe, I'm talking. I'm doing it because I know that it works. It's not a religion. I'm not, if somebody wants to eat something, that's their damn business. I'm going to give you the information, but the censoring and stuff that's on Facebook these days is absolutely ridiculous. It's just like everybody thinks that they can control what everyone else says. And it comes from insecurity. If you're secure and you know that your diet's working, you don't give a shit what somebody else does, right? If you're dogmatic about it, you need everyone else around you to do what you're doing. Otherwise, you can't handle it. And there's a lot of that. I care about health, right? I care about looking younger. I care about feeling good. How I get there is something I'm willing to share with people. But there is a lot, I would say almost worse than the vegans, because the vegans are actually just too stupid to really like put shit together. But one side, Zoe. If you're so insecure about some rice and avocado, then you're doing something wrong. Man, the bugs are out crazy today. And that's because I'm in the shade now. But yeah, I just had to say that because I got into some arguments with people, and I don't, everybody's like, oh, you're mean to people on Facebook. Listen, if you challenge me and there's some reason why you shouldn't be challenging me, I'm going to bring it up to you. right? If you are fat, I'm not going to listen to you on how to eat. End of story. It is not. I'm not making fun of you because you're fat. I'm pointing out that you're fat. You have no business telling me what to eat, right? That's it, right? If you make more money than me, I will listen to you on how you make money, right? Because you're doing better, and that's in that particular subject. That's how it should work. You shouldn't be listening to people that adopt some sort of dogmatic diet and worship it like, oh, if you eat rice, you're no longer a carnivore. Well, it's like, no shit, right? That's not the point. The point is health. And when you lose track of that and you start going after all of these practices like they're a religion, one, mentally you're not healthy, right? Because all you're doing is worried about protecting what you think is your way of doing things, and it's wrong, right? You, as a healthy person, you should be able to handle eating plants occasionally. And the only reason you shouldn't eat them is because you don't feel good when you eat them. That should be telling you, hey, don't eat this. But the Carnivore Fix, man, that group, if you even say this, I mean, they need to change their name to like the Ministry of Truth. They can join Joe Biden's new group, whatever it is that they got going on, 1984, whatever it is. It's just, man. But if you come at me with some data and try to argue with me, you better have your shit screwed on tight, because I'm gonna pick you apart. I'm not. I'm not even being mean. I'm just truthful. To me, ideas are more important than feelings. Always. It has to be that way, because when you're just nice to stupid people or people that think they know what they're talking about, you perpetuate that. They think that they can continue to do it, and nobody calls them out. And then finally, somebody calls them out, and they're like, "Oh my God, my whole world just fell apart. This so and so person is mean, and this and that." Well, fuck yeah. Sometimes life is mean. You don't get anywhere or learn anything unless you screw stuff up. This is delicious, by the way. Man. At least one of the kids is asleep. I could be out here eating steak. You know, one thing I figured out too in carnivore is that I'm eating too much red meat too often. And I think it's like a nitrogen thing, but I was having trouble sleeping because I'd eat a steak like this for lunch, and then at dinner time I'd eat like another pound of ground beef, and I think that's just way too much for my body. I'm only 175 pounds. So I think it was not a nitrogen for me to handle. I was waking up in the middle of the night having to pee. Man, I love it when it's like, I don't know if you can see this, but the outsides are kind of like medium rare and the insides are like super rare and cold. I love that. Oh gosh. So anyway, yeah, so I make these posts and get this information out there just because I think the government is liable for a lot of the sicknesses and stuff because they hid a lot of the data or fabricated it or paid for it, and we're not we live our lives and we think that, oh, red meat's going to hurt me and I'm supposed to be eating all these plants and this and that, and that data that is inaccurate data. We as humans, we are, and there's data in the fossil record, isotope testing, that shows we've been eating mostly flesh and fat for 4.5 million years. We've only been eating plants. The first civilization that we know that had issues with cavities and atherosclerosis and heart disease was the Egyptians, and they were one of the first to cultivate wheat. Right? And we all know, like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you eat wheat, at some point wheat will hurt you. It's got gluten in it. It's a protein that we cannot break down. It was not good for us. Anyway, so yeah, if you get offended by something I say or post, just ask me why I think that, instead of telling me that I'm wrong. Let's get into a real discussion. And if you think your way of doing it is better, tell me why I should do that. Do I want to look like you? Do you feel better than me, you think? What is it that why should I follow you? nobody's a god with this information. It's just there's so many people out there that you listen to everybody, and you come up with what works for you. The dogma's got to go. You guys can't be. This is not a religion. Do what makes you feel good. If you don't feel good, change it. Come on, Zoe. Zoe wants to be in the video. Come on. You want to say hi? Okay. Come and say hi. You want to bite a steak? Yep. I don't think they can see you. Near. Come a little closer over here. There you are. Zoe is a carnivore baby-ish. She's kind of like her mom, where she wants to eat salad here and there. Or not salad. Why did I say salad? Rice. And some avocado. I was thinking avocado and I said salad because they're both green. Both of those things hurt my stomach. But I think I've gotten past the need for that kind of stuff. You want more?
Yeah.
But Zen will eat meat all day long. And he's like the strongest, smartest 1.5-year-old I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that because I'm his dad. He actually follows directions. He's saying more words than Zoe was at her, when she was the same age. And Zoe's really smart. I think it's because his diet consists mostly of red meat. What you need, baby? You want more?
Yeah.
You want some sauce on it?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to the video?
Hi.
Such a soft, sweet voice. Anyway, what do you guys think about the dogma? Where it doesn't really matter what your view is, right? There's dogma in the idea that meat's bad, that you should be eating mostly plant-based, right? It's all dogma, and that's the problem. We all try to convince each other that what we're doing is right, but we're all lying about how we feel, right? I know that this feels good, and I know why, and I know that this is instinctual, right? And I know that carbohydrates are a diet of addiction. It's not a healthy diet. Everything that you eat, broccoli turns into sugar, okay? Broccoli is sugar. That's what it breaks down to. It also breaks down into a few other things that we may or may not be able to absorb, and also breaks down to cellulose, which we can't absorb. So, have an open mind and learn. And understand that doctors don't necessarily know what they're talking about, right? They know what somebody else taught them. And if that other person was wrong, now you have two people that are wrong, right? And doctors are only certain in their ignorance. They are sure what they know is right because they're the doctor. They're supposed to be, but that doesn't mean that their information is correct. I know that half of the people that
I saw a green bug on there.
That's fine. I'm talking, Joe. I know that half the people that die from heart attacks have low cholesterol, or normal to low cholesterol, right? Because heart disease is a diet is not, the cholesterol is not bad. It's a vital nutrient we have to have. High cholesterol is not bad. When you mix sugar in your diet with cholesterol glycates and turns into small density lipoprotein, which is inflammatory. On top of that, there's other things that are cascading that sugar does that are also inflammatory, and that's why your body tries to repair your tissues, your vascular system with cholesterol. Just keep an open mind, and stuff I put out there, I'm telling you, it's not wrong. And if it is wrong, it's wrong at an angle, and there's some other way to look at it. But the people that are following this diet, they know that it works. And we, as humans, we're supposed to be living to 120 years. And we're not. Our life expectancy is getting lower. And we're only eating more and more plants, not more meat. People are eating less meat, and they're dying earlier. So look around you. Everybody's fat. I used to eat carbs, and every time I would gain weight. And it was very obvious to me that that's the culprit. That's why keto diets work. That's why carnivore diet works. But the carnivore diet is more than just a diet. It's not. You're not doing it to lose fat. You're doing it because that's what you're supposed to be eating. Every animal has a specific diet that they're supposed to have. Man, Joe, this is a big one.
Yeah.
It's mostly rare.
I was crying about the steak.
Oh, you want some more?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I think I'm gonna finish feeding the little.
And you.
Go online and fight some more trolls. I'm just kidding. You know, that's not why I go out there. I go out there to put out information to help people, and people want to argue because they're stuck in what they know, right? And it's easy to do that because you don't know any different. But the truth is, anything is a possibility. So if somebody tells you something and it's like beyond your capacity, it's like, oh, there's no way that's true. You know, you got to stop doing that because you're blocking out things just based on what you've learned in the past, and you're not learning anything. You can't do the same thing every year for 80 years and call it a life. You have to do something different. And if you don't, most people do not feel good. They don't sleep well. They're getting fatter. They're getting sicker. They're addicted to things. They drink alcohol. They have all these things, and a carnivore diet is a diet that's appropriate for your body. You don't want to do those things because you don't have the desire. You don't have that. You don't need the outlet. So anyway, I'll let you go. We'll make another meat video. Actually, it's Zoe that always reminds me, like, Dad, do you want to sit down and make a video and eat meat? I'm like, hell yeah. You want to say bye, Zoe?
Bye.
Say see you later.
See you later.
Bye.